What's going on, good people? Welcome into the Delmarva Sports Insider, the only live and local show dedicated to giving you all local sports all the time. I'm Sports Director Trayvon Miles.
That's right, and I'm Brandon Bossert. Welcome on into the show, everybody.
Yeah, Brandon, what a week it's been. Regular season action heating up all the way in Maryland and playoff action going down in Delaware.
Yeah, that's right. The Henlopen's time to shine is in the spring. We have plenty of title contenders this time around, including a couple of teams from Golden Knight country out there, Trey.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We'll begin in the county seat of Sussex County. The Sussex Central baseball team has enjoyed their best season in at least 8 years, and they kicked off their postseason with a matchup with Hodgson in round one of the DIAA playoffs yesterday. Scoreless in the bottom of the fourth inning. The Knights looking to change that. Cole Jester seeing one through the defense. Brendan Anderson coming on home. Then Jarrett Wilkins, check him out. He's going to send one out deep to left field. That's going to bring home another run for the Knights. Central puts up 3 runs in the 5th inning, and they just look for more and more and more in the 6th. Troy Morris sending one to the fence to score 2 more. The Knights score 5 in the 6th inning to put this one away for the 8-0 win. They move to round 2 on Saturday, where they will host the winner of the Smyrna Delmar game.
Yeah, that's right. And how about that game? Smyrna making the long trip to southernmost part of the state right here. That ball's trouble. That ball is down. Sean Mannering with a bloop single. That scores a run. Smyrna ahead 2-0 in the 3rd. Delmar responds in the following inning, though. Aaron Rhodes with a liner out to right field. That ball's going to drop in. That scores Luke Walters and Julian Burdette. But the Eagles put up 3 in the 6th inning and shut the Cats down in the final 2 frames. 22 seed Smyrna upsetting 11 seed Delmar. This was an upset right here, 5-3 your final score.
Yeah, as for a few other results for Henlopen teams on your screen, Milford falling at home in the 1st round, as does Delmarva Christian. But Cape Henlopen, Lake Forest, Sussex Tech, Dover, and Indian River are all headed to tomorrow's round number 2.
Yeah, now over to the softball diamond. Top-seeded Sussex Central hosting 33-seed Milford in a North showdown right here. Central getting the bats going early on. McKenna Boyle with a hot shot up the middle. 2 runs coming in to score. She ends up on second with a double right here. Then it's Ariana Bridell stepping up to the dish. That one's trouble down the right field line. 2 more coming in to score on that one to give the Knights the 4-run lead in the 1st inning. But the Bucks making it interesting right here. Ashley Bullock out to right. That gets the Bucks on the scoreboard. But that's all they would get as Central turned to their ace in this one. Freshman Madge Layfield.
So good.
17 punch-outs for the Knights freshman there. They advance to round 2 to host Padua tomorrow.
All right, to the 18-15 matchup, Lake traveling to Delmar. Now, sophomore Peyton Moore on the mound for Lake. She was, in a word, spectacular. She only gave up 1 run all day long, and when Delmar did get a bat on the ball, yeah, the Spartans' defense was everywhere. Delmar never got a lead in this game. Lake scores 3 runs in the top of the 6th, and they go on to advance with a 5-1 final.
All right, let's check in on some other scores right here. Laurel, Smyrna, and Sussex Tech also advancing. Cape, Polytech, and Dover all out in this one. So let's talk about what we saw, Trey, this week.
Yeah, now, not pictured. I really, first of all, want to give a shout-out to Smyrna, Cape, and CR Boys Lacrosse, Cape and Sussex Academy's Girls Lacrosse, Smyrna, Sussex Academy, and Indian River Girls Soccer teams, who are all still alive. So much more action going on tomorrow as the DIAA playoffs continue. But what in particular, Brandon, are we taking away from all of this?
Well, Trey, there's so many games that are going on tomorrow, but I guess the team that I'll focus on right now has to be Smyrna Softball, simply because, hey, they are still the defending champs, and I think they need some more love out there because the Eagles, especially just now this week, they just tossed a no-hitter to open up the playoffs. Peyton Dixon and Carly Maxton pitching a combined no-hitter for the Eagles in their 20-0 win over St. Elizabeth, Trey.
Yeah.
This team is exceptional up there in Smyrna. They are the 2-time defending state champions. Oh, and by the way, Peyton Dixon, she's going to USF. She had a
South
homer
Florida
in this one as well. So as long as they have Dixon, my money is on Smyrna winning it all. And they're trying to do something that no other public school in Delaware has done in softball, which is win 3 straight titles.
Yeah, one of the important things that we have to keep in mind is that when these girls won for Smyrna, they were young. Peyton Dixon was a sophomore, so they missed their junior year, but they are back as seniors, and they are all ready to go. Absolutely amazing. All right, Brandon, we also had action in Maryland this week. So this was also an interesting time in Maryland. Mardela Softball, always a contender in the Bayside South. On Wednesday, they had a challenger in up-and-coming James M. Bennett. If we could get to that video, that was an excellent game. Both teams only coming in to the season with 1 loss on the year in this one. And the road team strikes first. Sarah Seidel slapping a dribbler into right field. That's going to plate 2 runs. Bennett takes a 1-run lead into the 5th. That's where the Warriors make things interesting. Paige Barnes shooting it past the defense to plate 1 more. Mardela takes a 3-run lead into the 7th. The Clippers unload. Maddie Lewis, 3-run home run to left field to get the inning started. Then it's Shakaya Shao with a pop-up. It's going to be dropped by the shortstop. That's going to score another run. Bennett hanging 5 in the final frame, and they would close it out in the bottom half to score their first win over Mardela in a very long time. 9-7 is your final.
It was a whole team thing. Everybody put in their best effort, and I couldn't be more proud of the whole team. It felt really good as a senior to finally win against Mardela, and it was the whole team that contributed. It gives me a lot of confidence going into playoffs, a real big hope to win and a push for, I think, all the girls.
At first, I didn't think it went over. I looked over and I saw a left fielder just standing there. I was like, darn it. And then it went over, and I was very excited.
All right, and we've got some great news for Maryland spring sports teams. The MPSSAA officially voting 57-1 in favor of bringing back state playoffs and championships. State reps are eyeing title games anywhere between June 18th and 19th for baseball, softball, boys and girls lacrosse, tennis, and track and field. All regular season records through June 3rd will be counted toward regional seeding, and all of this means Bennett and Colonel Richardson baseball, who both won championships back in 2019, well, they get a chance to officially defend that title this year. Out of the 58 total votes, the only one that came up as a no vote came from the Eastern Shore up at Kent County High School, Trey.
Absolutely.
All right, and it's great to see that we will be having these state championships returning back to Maryland this year. I know that after the 14-month hiatus that we've been through and the cancellation of last year's spring sports seasons, hey, these athletes needed this right here. There are teams from last year who will always have that what-if factor about what if we were able to play out those championship games, but at least this time around, these athletes have a lot to play for. I'm looking forward to these races for these playoffs coming up.
Yeah, I think one of the most important things to note is about how many defending champions we have in these respective sports, along with traditionally strong programs in this particular season. So if anything, this coming back is a win for the Bayside Conference, I would say, and I think the rest of the athletes would say as well. All right, speaking of winning, have you seen the Shorebirds lately? Delmarva has been one of the hottest minor league baseball teams in the entire country. The Shorebirds currently sit at 11-4 on the year. Now their 8-game winning streak was snapped last night, but they sit in first place in the Northern Division. Well, they still have 2 more games with Carolina in this series currently, but they begin a 6-game series with Lynchburg, who they are tied for first with on this coming Tuesday. Now they are littered with future major league talent. Brandon, anything in particular, really quickly, stick out to you while you were there?
Well, I would say probably Jordan Westberg.
Yes.
This kid is hitting around 300, got around a 400 on base percentage so far, 600 slugging percentage. He was a first-round pick, or I believe second-round pick by the Baltimore Orioles this year. They don't even have Heston Kierstad, who was the second overall pick out of Arkansas. That guy hits tanks all over the place. He should be with the Shorebirds later this year, but they're already a good team. They play solid defense. They've got a pretty deep lineup. And I think this is something that shows that the Orioles are really investing in the minor league system, Trey.
2 words, Gunnar Henderson. That's
Gunnar
all we need to
Henderson,
say.
too,
Gunnar
yes.
Henderson is a god here in Salisbury. All right, that's going to do it for the A block. We're taking a quick commercial break, but when we return, Parkside Baseball got a big win over Decatur this afternoon. We're reintroducing you to one of the stars on that Ram squad when DSI returns.
I'm Cody Dimes from Sussex Tech Baseball, and you're watching Delmarva Sports Insider.